Hi everyone. So let's quickly discuss about Salesforce CRM Analytics Summer 2025 features that were recently introduced. So let's discuss with the first feature, which is nothing but enhanced list widget. So in this enhanced list widget, we are going to see how we can add interactivity to your list and toggle widget. So let's quickly deep dive into the Salesforce org and let's add a chart. So in this chart widget, I am going to group opportunity by stage. So for that, select your respective data set, which is opportunity with account. Now I'm grouping this opportunity by stage, and also let's sort it by descending order. So this is my opportunity with stage, which is a chart widget. Now I'm going to add a list widget here. So select stage as your filter for list widget. So if you can see here, for this respective list widget, which is a stage name, we have widget properties previously by default, also the query properties. Both widget and query properties we used to have by default previously. So now they have added defined an interaction as a new property here. So click on create interaction, and there's an option called as add action here. So we are going to click on this add action and select navigate to. So we can navigate to dashboard, page in a component, new lens, URL, and saved lens. So in our example, say for an example, if you wanted to navigate to any dashboard, so destination, select your respective dashboard. So in this case, I'm going to select DTC sales dashboard, click on apply. So once you click on preview, say for an example, if I wanted to get the opportunities with closed one, so we will be selecting this closed one. So it will not only redirect it, it will not only select the closer one opportunities with your current dashboard, but also it will redirect it to the dashboard that you have selected. And this is the interaction that recently it was defined for the list widget. See, if you see for the current dashboard, it was closed one. It have filtered for this chart widget, and also at the same time, it have redirected to the DTC sales dashboard. So this is the interaction they have defined for the list widget. So similarly, the same interaction they have defined for toggle widget also here. So if I select toggle here, say for an example, let's add the stage name here. So we will be getting all the stages with the toggle. So now if you see, similarly they have added the interaction here. Event select, add action, navigate to dashboard, select DTC sales, apply. So say for an example, now I am selecting for closed lost. So it will redirect to the DTC sales dashboard. It will filter and also it will redirect it to the respective dashboard that we have opted. So this is how they have defined the interaction for both list widget and the toggle widget. Interaction and adding your action for your list widget and toggle widget. Let's go with the second feature. So second feature is this is related to repeater widget. So in the repeater widget, we can add custom headers and also we can enable sorting. So let's discuss about the repeater widget. Let's take into the new tab. Yeah. So this is our repeater widget, right? So we will define our repeater widget. So say for an example, we are going to group by account name. So the total number of accounts that we have, which is the count of rows, and let's have another measure, which is sum of amount. Okay. We are getting only one measure here. So let's have a dual axis enabled, which comes under formatting. So access mode, if you can see. It is by default single access. Let's enable it to dual access to get both of the measures, right? So now based upon this, let's create our repeater widget with different widget types that we have. So the first thing is basically we are going to show the count of each account that we have. Let's have a text widget displaying your account name, add query data, account name, account name. Now let's add your chart. Select, say for an example, select sum of amount here. This is count of account that we have and the sum of amount with respect to the account. Now, if you see, this is basically a repeater widget where we are going to add one account value. So how we have designed for one record, it will similarly get repeated for other records as well. This is the basic functionality of repeater widget. So the new add-on here is, if you go to the repeater widget, there is an option called as add header. So this is the new functionality which they have defined on the repeater widget. Enable add header, and let's add the headers. So this is nothing but the account name here. So name it as account name here, and other one also, it's like, let's say it has total count, right? So if you see, we have enabled the add header and we have added the headers for both the widgets. So account name and total count. Now, apart from adding the header for this repeater widget, we also have a specific properties here. So if you see, if I go with the account name, which is a header, there's an interaction feature here. Click on create interaction, and event should be click on add action. And if you see, there is a new functionality that they have defined, which is sort by. So you can sort by your headers, whatever the headers you are going to add in the repeater widget. So they have defined a new functionality of sorting your header in the repeater widget. So click on sort by and select your column. So since this is the account name column, we are going to select the account name where we are sorting your repeater widget by account name. Click on apply. Similarly, let's apply the same thing for total count. So go to interaction, click on create interaction, click on add action, and action is sort by column, select your count of rows. Click on apply, click on done. So if you see your repeater widget, so we are getting the accounts here, the total count of the accounts, right? The total count of the accounts with one single account and having more than one account. Now I'm going to get the accounts having more than one, that having more than the total count as one. So in that case, we can sort it by total count here. So the greater number of accounts that we have is 5 here. Since we have sorted it by total count, you can get the total count. So similarly, you can apply the same sort by account name as well. So this is the new functionality they have introduced for your repeater widget. So just to quickly summarize, this is your repeater widget, right? Click on edit repeater content. So you have added your text widget, number widget, and the chart widget. Now they have introduced a new functionality called as add header. This is the new enhancement they have introduced. Enable the add header and add your sort functionality to both your header widgets, so that we are enabling this sorting in your repeater widgets. So this is about the second functionality where you can add custom headers to your repeater widget and also enables sorting in the repeater widget. Let's go with the next functionality, which is nothing but we can enable custom tooltips in your table widgets. So let's quickly check how we can enable the custom tooltip in your table widgets. So let's select a table widget, select any of the table, values table, right? If you see here, we are having these measure columns like amount, CAD, employees and all. So by default, if you hover over on these employees, you will be getting the same column. So sometimes for the business, annual revenue, amount, CAD, employees, so sometimes the columns are straightforward. That is okay to understand. So for some, in some cases, if there is a specific column and if you wanted to define the custom tooltip for the columns, say for an example, here it is showing it as employees actually. So if we wanted to configure this tooltip, if you wanted to add a tooltip, custom tooltip for this column, we can add the custom tooltip for the respective column, right? So select your employees column. So there is an in formatting section, you have an option of header. Click on custom, and here say for an example, give total employees count. Click on done. So go to fit to widget. Okay. So if you click on preview here now, if I hover on employees, so you will be getting total employees count. So this is the new functionality they have added for table widget. So which is nothing but adding your custom column header tooltips for your value table, right? So if you wanted to add of any of your custom column header tooltip for your value table, you can select that respective column, go to formatting, and add your custom tooltip for that respective column. So these are the CRM Analytics 2025 features that were recently introduced.